welcome everyone to Black Man Speak. I'm your co-host, D.J.R. Stewart.
And I'm your co-host TD Duncan III, and we have another special co-host tonight,
Okay, here we have Tom, the one
Uncle
and
Us,
only,
Uncle
Roman
Us,
Allen.
Uncle Cabulon, the maestro, the international player from Bahia, as they would say.
Yeah,
But it is definitely Wednesday night, November the 5th, 2025, and if it is Wednesday night,
this is Black Man Speak. Let's give a shout out to Count Basie for providing our theme music, to our own studio and Forest Films for providing our virtual studio. Oh, our theme music in the studio. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Um, and what else? Oh, if you're here watching the show live, invite a friend, neighbor, frenemy, family member, co-worker, so you guys have something interesting to talk about. With that being said, Tom, let's do what we do best, which is bring information to the social media about the black community and international news also. So we're not just domestic, we're international. We're getting ready to go universal and start talking about outer space.
wait a minute.
There has to be
All right.
something happening in some of these other planets around the universe. So if there is, we'll be talking about it.
All right, we want to thank everybody who is viewing us right now. We want to thank everybody on the chat line. If you haven't done so, jump on that chat line, give us your comments, your thoughts, and your questions and suggestions. And of course, we will make sure that we get you in the loop. I want to thank our good friend and compatriot, Uncle Asar, for joining us tonight as our co host. Add some extra flavor to the sauce, to the gumbo. So we want to thank him for joining us again tonight. And let me see, we have anybody on the chat line right now. Nobody on the chat line now, but
Nobody. That's
not
amazing.
yet, but I'm pretty sure they're having. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got a couple of warm-up stories, and then we will get to the meat and potatoes. First and foremost, we have to offer some condolences to the gentleman who is the first African American mayor in the state of Massachusetts who died at a very young age of 55. You may not know him if you're from the South, but the state of Massachusetts is mourning as news spreads of the homegoing of Seti Warren, the first African American elected as mayor of Newton, Massachusetts, who passed away recently at the young age of 55. The Iraq War veteran served as a bold and prominent voice
Hmm.
in political at the local, state, and national levels. He broke barriers in the state after being elected Newton's mayor in 2009, becoming the first elected African American mayor in the state of Massachusetts. At Harvard University, as they would call Harvard, he led the Institute of Politics from 2022 after serving as the executive director of Harvard's Shorenstein Center of Media, Politics, and Public Policy. He leaves behind his wife and two children, Abigail and John. Definitely a historic figure, so we definitely want to offer
Okay,
condolences
condolences to his family.
to his family, those who knew him, and of course served with him and loved him. So we want to definitely offer our condolences. We have another ancestor that we have to acknowledge. Also, in the spirit of course, some prior stories that we have. Mackenzie Scott is in the news again. The ex-wife of Jeff Bezos, she has written two pretty nice sized checks. Again, we talked about, of course, the $70 million check that she wrote to the UNCF, United Negro College Fund. Well, she has now written another check to Spelman College for $38 million a donation. The unrestricted gift is set to support two key priorities, including expanding financial aid and scholarship opportunities to help students complete their education and investing in the state-of-the-art technology infrastructure. This marks her second major gift to the Spelman College, following a $20 million contribution made a few years ago in 2025. Alabama State University has also received a $38 million contribution from Scott, the single largest gift the Montgomery-based institution has ever received. In Alabama, where there are 14 HBCUs, more than in any other state in the country. Alabama State is the second largest HBCU in Alabama behind the Alabama A&M University. So, of course, we want to congratulate those schools and pray that they, of course, put that good money to use for infrastructure and scholarships so our young people, of course, can have the resources to make it moving. So, okay.
Yeah, I want to shake it up real quick.
Oh,
So nobody gives you money for free, right?
of course.
Um, and much like what's going on and what has been going on in Africa forever, like with the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, they don't just give you a loan or they don't just give you money. They give you money with stipulations, and these stipulations are termed structural adjustment programs (SAP). So that tells you how you can use the money, and the money doesn't go towards building infrastructure. It doesn't go towards building industries. You can't even use the money for food. Whatever the stipulation is, you can't use the money for that. You use it for whatever. Half of it goes into people's pockets, the other half goes to wherever, and nothing happens. So with the Black University, the historically Black College and University (HBCU), I'm sure there's some stipulations there, and they are not teaching our African history. They're not teaching how to free
It's
yourself.
Phil.
They're teaching how to integrate with the so-called
Okay.
term Black excellence, which means the higher or the closer you achieve in what is termed a success in in Western society, that's rewarded. So I'm sure that's where the money's going. So I just had to get that off my chest.
Well, we got a simple solution. Send the check back.
I don't have a problem with that. Send it back.
Send it
Should
back.
never received it.
I doubt very seriously
If
they
the
can get
stipulations
Of
are
course,
too
but
much,
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm
the
saying.
stipulations are too much, just send the check back and say
Send
thanks
it
for no
back.
thanks.
But it's not much. It's not too much when it's going in your pocket. It's not too much. It's never too much. So yeah,
So
I
what
said
you?
what I said.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Hey, when we see the evidence, we want to see it. So if you're saying that half of almost $48 million is going to somebody's pocket,
Maybe three quarters. I don't know.
no. There's no way. Not no 3/4.
But I guarantee you, it's not going to anything that is designed to free us. The master's not going to give you the tools to free us, to free you from his dismantle his house. He's not going to do that. So let's be clear.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Touche. Touche. All right. All right. We got a follow-up. A follow-up story. Of course, we talked about Melissa Hurricane last week and the tragedy, in many countries that it's creating. Well, the death toll from Hurricane Melissa has climbed to more than 60 people across the Caribbean as rescue and recovery efforts continue in that area of the Caribbean. Last week on October 28th, Melissa made landfall in Jamaica as a Cat 5 with winds up to 185 miles per hour, the most powerful storm ever to strike that specific island. The Jamaica government confirmed 28 deaths, while additional fatalities have been reported in Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Authorities have warned that the death toll could rise further as officials continue to assess damage and verify reports from the hardest hit areas. Hundreds of thousands remain without power, of course, in Jamaica, where homes and infrastructure were severely damaged. Again, most of these, of course, countries we have talked about before, and every year, typically, you're going to have something of this nature. But this is, this is quite devastating. I know a few years ago, we talked about what happened in Puerto Rico and the Caribbean, but it doesn't seem that they can get things built back up before nature comes back in. So definitely for those who have lost lives, those who are suffering, those who are out without energy, power, and food, definitely, of course, with that area being a colony, of course, of Great Britain, and to a certain degree in certain areas of the United States, depending on what island, we definitely want to make sure that we offer our condolences to anyone who has lost lives. But of course, there are opportunities to give as well and to support those areas of the Caribbean. So just wanted to make sure that we got everybody up to speed on that, because
Okay.
we go on to other things, but there are still people who are suffering and are in harm's way without the basics when things like this happen. So please keep these folks in mind. And if your heart gives and it's the right platform, make sure that you help support those in any way that you can.
If I can add something to that, Tommy, this is kind of like it's an aside. When we talk about those hurricanes and the trade winds and the flows in the waters, those have been traveling from the west coast of Africa. That's where they're coming from.
True.
West coast of Africa,
Now
and
that is a fact.
they're traveling to the Caribbean. They've been doing that for a millennium, right?
Yeah,
So when we talk about so-called Columbus, the first European to enter the New World, the Africans had been here
of
because
course.
they did an
That's a fact.
experiment where they built a boat and they set it in the water just by following the currents. We ended up here. So it's, most people believe there's nothing but poverty, ignorance, and war and violence in Africa. No, we were doing great things, and one of them was we traveled from the west coast of Africa, which is closer. I mean, if you look at it on a map, a proper map, you'll see how close it is to the Caribbean. So all they had to do was get in boats, and they would end here. You don't even have to paddle. You just get in the boat and end up here. There is botanical evidence. There is linguistic evidence. There is mining evidence, metal evidence that we were here before any European. So I just want to throw that out there when we talk about the hurricanes and how they travel and end up in the Caribbean all the time. And that's where they started bringing us to farm sugarcane and everything else is in the Caribbean. And most of us is descended from the Caribbean because they stayed
Agreed.
there and then transported us here. So I
Right.
just want to throw a little bit of history in there.
Oh no. You're right. That is an actual fact. Of course, they say that Christopher Columbus discovered America. Of course, he was lost, thought he was going to India, ended up in what we call the Dominican Republic right now. And then, of course, among the oldest so-called educational institutions are in that area today. But of course, you learn what you learn in school, but you do have to go and look at the facts for yourself,
That's
because
right.
up until he died, he thought he was in India,
That's right.
looking for gold, by the way, so
Absolutely.
that he can, of course, pay for those trips that he was making, because somebody got to get paid for this stuff. Of course, you
Of
look
course.
at Ferdinand and Isabella were funding the trip, so they
Well,
had to get paid
they,
back
they,
some.
they're not investing in trips for nothing. So what's
No.
our next story, T?
Absolutely. All right, folks. But we've got a little sports on the back end, but I will be very brief, so I will not forget this time to congratulate the Los Angeles Dodgers, who won the World Series this past weekend over the Toronto Blue Jays. Actually had a comeback when they were down by a game or so. So I know Jimmy and I, we talked about that and how little viewership it got. But actually in that game seven, I didn't even watch a game.
I was watching Game Seven up until the third inning. We were down 3-0. I figured, oh man, I'm ready to be sick because these damn Canadians are ready to win our World Series. So I stopped watching at that point. So I turned to another movie, and I was very shocked and surprised that the Dodgers came back and won with 5-4. So congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Congratulations to California for finally doing something right in their miserable history.
Miserable history. Okay,
Miserable
well,
history.
and I would say this: it's a repeat, so they actually won it last year as well.
They did. So
But
they're the
absolutely,
latest dynasty
congratulations.
in
And by
baseball.
the way, I don't even with baseball, I don't even start watching until the sixth inning. So I wasn't even paying attention until the sixth inning. So
I don't watch until the World Series. So I'll
okay,
watch until the World Series.
of the World Series, I don't watch regular season.
I
Just like
don't either. It's 162 games like watching paint dry. It's a boring sport to me. That is soccer.
got you. So yeah, I started watching around six in. It started getting a little bit interesting. I was monitoring it while I was watching somebody else until around the seventh, eighth inning. It started getting interesting. And hey, congratulations to the Los Angeles
Hey,
Dodgers.
if there anybody out there who have a liking, love for baseball, put in the chat line exactly why you like baseball, and we'll. There's a comment that just came in. Oh, that's about Columbus and history. So yeah, if you have a love for baseball, share with us why you love baseball. Because I think baseball and soccer are about the two most boring sports there are.
Well,
Oh, I
Jimmy,
love football. It's football, real football.
some folks call it. I don't know what they used to call it. America.
Boring.
I believe they called baseball America's favorite pastime. That was back in the day, Jimmy. So if you want to go someplace and have plenty of time to talk, eat hot dogs and beer, and have a good time with your family or friends, you got plenty of time to talk during a baseball game.
Man, I have more fun watching paint dry.
Well, okay, that's for you, bro. So.
What's our next story, T?
All right, let's go ahead and get to some of the meat and potato stories. Of course, for those of you who have been watching us, of course, we had, of course, elections this side of the country, across the country, nationwide. You had the 2025 elections yesterday. Unlike some folks, I voted very early on the first week of elections. But for those of you who waited until yesterday, you have my condolences because I heard there were some very long lines. But in the state of Texas, we had 17 constitutional amendments, of course, that we went through on black men speaking. Of course, there were some elections of note across the country as well, Jimmy. So talk briefly about, what that revealed and what interesting happened yesterday, because of
No, it
course,
wasn't
there's always
interesting. It didn't reveal anything. You had Democrats, three Democrats won races they were supposed to win. What's interesting about that or revealing about that? Now, if they came here and flipped Texas, that'd be something to talk about.
well, there were no offices up in the state of Texas. We only had
But like
constitutional.
you said, when A&M beat teams they're supposed to beat, you don't get excited about it because, as you tell me, well, we're supposed to win those. Those are
Well,
teams we're supposed to
you are
beat.
supposed to win those.
Okay, so a Democrat's supposed to win in New York, a Democrat's supposed to win in New Jersey, a Democrat's supposed to win in Virginia. So there's nothing newsworthy
No,
about that. Democrats,
not particularly in Virginia, because Virginia is not a foregone conclusion.
it actually is.
In New
One
Jersey,
Republican
Jimmy,
president,
in New
one
Jersey, yes,
Republican governor.
but not in the state of Virginia, because let's be very clear, Virginia is actually just flipping in the last couple of years.
Okay, but you're talking about one Republican who flipped it from blue to red, and then Democrats flipped it back. It's pretty much a Democrat state. So if they had a long history of going equally, both sides, then I would say, yeah, it's a purple state, but it's not. This is a mostly blue state. So you had one outlier, the last election, when a Republican actually won, because they ran on some decent topics, mainly
Well, what happened?
what happened?
What happened?
Well, what happened was Sears, unfortunately, decided that she didn't want any of the current administration, Trump, i.e., Trump, to help her out, help her
Oh,
campaign.
she decided she didn't want any help from the president, who's
Well,
carrying the
she
base.
didn't ask for it. She didn't ask for campaign for it.
Well,
To get his mega support out
when does anybody have to ask for him to do anything for him to do it?
because he doesn't volunteer, Tom. You do have to ask.
No,
You have to
no,
make
He
no,
does
a
volunteer.
no.
Here's
Well,
why you ask,
He's
Tom.
not shy. He's not
no,
shy.
He's
no,
not shy, but here's
don't
why.
have to ask for anything.
Hold on for a second, please. I'm trying to educate you here. Here's why you ask with Trump. Because if Trump helps you get to the finish line, he's going to want something in return. He's going to remind you,
Of course,
I'm the one who got
of
you over
course.
the finish line, and I may call in a favor later on. So if you don't ask, there are a lot of Republicans who run where he's not involved in their races. So he wasn't really involved in New Jersey. He wasn't involved in Virginia. He certainly didn't get involved in New York. And all those,
Well,
none
no,
of
he
the
didn't
counties that he
really get
won
involved in New York,
just a
even
year
though.
ago, counties that he won just a year ago went back blue. So if you don't ask and you're not willing to bow down to the king and kiss the ring, for whatever reason, that's fine. There's a lot of
And that's
Republicans
what you
don't.
got to do. You
Huh?
got to go to Florida and kiss the ring.
Go to Florida. I thought the president lives in D.C.
No, you don't live in DC. You got to go. You got to go to Mar-a-Lago. You got to go to Mar-a-Lago and kiss the big ring.
Yeah.
Florida.
Well, that's the price you pay.
You
So
got
if
to
you
go to
want to be
Mar-a-Lago
elected, want to
and
get
kiss
his
the ring
support, come out and vote for you.
and
Oh,
depending
that's
on
right.
how
The
much
White
money
House under renovation. That's right.
I don't know if you would call that a renovation, but okay.
So next story.
All right. Next is we've got some other things coming from the White House. Of course, the president is making some interesting threats to Nigeria. Basically, saying he's going to hold back money and threaten with military action in Nigeria if they don't start protecting the Christians. He said he's concerned about these protected, loving Christians in Nigeria. But he said that he's going to send some troops there and he's going to withhold all his money if they don't start getting their act together.
Okay, are those Christians not worthy of somebody trying to stand up for them?
So the country is 50-50, as we talked about in the green room. It's the Muslims in the north, the Christians in the south, pretty much, and then you have a little few animists or whatever you want to call them.
Are the Christians killing the Muslims?
So there are more Muslims being killed,
Than Christians.
have been killed
Than
than
Christians.
Christians. So he's using this just like he did with the people what's going on in South Africa. There are more black people being killed in South Africa than in white people. Period. Right. So he's using this to
Okay, that's
get
not
for
what
strategic.
okay,
Wait a minute. For
pause for a
strategic.
second. I want to make sure you understand my question. Are Muslims being killed by the Christians, or I mean, I don't. There may be more Muslims being killed, but Muslims are killing Muslims. I mean, you can say the same thing here. There are more black people being killed, but black people are killing blacks at record numbers. So I'm asking, are the Christians killing the Muslims as being reported like Muslims are killing Christians? Is it equal on both sides? Is what I'm asking. Not about the
So what?
overall numbers, because I don't know how people are dying, but so I'm
So
asking
they do
you.
okay. So there's Boko Haram and the Fulani herders and different groups like that who go around killing, kidnapping people, that type of thing, and they are killing more Muslims. Dramatic pause. Killing more Muslims than they are killing Christians. It's
Once
just that
again,
simple.
maybe we're having a disconnect.
We're
So
having a
in
disconnect because I
contract
don't
law,
understand.
you
If
have to
you're
have
killing
something
more,
called.
if you're killing more Muslims than you are Christians, what's the issue? I
Okay,
mean,
so
I'm
we have
not
a
saying what's the
disconnect.
issue. That's kind of
Right?
callous.
The
What I'm
question
saying is
is,
Trump is
we can
using
connect
that.
mentally, have mental connection, meeting of the minds, is what they call it in contract law, where both parties understand what's being asked and
What,
required.
what, what are you trying to say, Jimmy?
I'm asking, are the Christians killing the Muslims in the same number that Muslims are killing? If a gang of Muslims are going around killing both Christians and Muslims, that's not answering my question. I'm asking, are there any Christian
Okay, so
groups
so
going
so
out
but
killing
so
Muslims?
okay, well let's look at it this way.
You keep telling me
You,
about how many
Wait,
people are
wait, Jimmy,
no,
dying.
no,
That's
Jimmy,
no,
all
no,
I'm
Jimmy,
no.
Jimmy,
Listen,
asking.
Jimmy,
listen,
Jimmy,
listen,
Jimmy.
listen,
Let him finish
listen.
first.
The Boko Haram is I don't have the statistics, but I would say they're primarily Muslim.
Yes.
Where do they get their arms? Where do they get their ammunition? Where do they get their transportation vehicles? We know that it's coming from the West. If it's coming from America, which it is, it's coming from France, which it is, it's primarily from Christians. So to answer your question, yes, Christians are killing Muslims and Christians.
Okay, Christians.
Did you follow that?
So the West may be providing the means for this to happen. So they don't wash their hands of
And nobody
responsibility.
said anything about
But,
washing
but,
hands, but
but
we're
once
going to
again,
the
I'm
source is what we're
asking,
doing.
when it comes to cutting throats and pulling the trigger, are there Christian groups? And I don't know why you tap that. It's a yes or no
I'm not tap
question.
dancing. I'm not. I
Or,
answered your question
or what?
directly.
Are there Christian groups
I said
killing
Boko
Muslims?
Haram. I said Boko Haram. Even the Fulani herdsmen, all those people in the north are primarily Muslim. That's where the 50% of the
And that's where
country
the
in the
majority of
north
the
is Muslim.
that's where the majority of the murder of the
But
killing.
they are being funded by the United States, the
I
West.
asked you
Let's say the
about funding. I'm
West.
asking about who pulls the
Of
trigger.
course you did. Of course you did, Jimmy. You didn't ask me about who's funding it because that's all that matters. If they didn't have the money coming, if the money and the ammunition and the arms
Is
coming from the West,
Nigeria
they
not
wouldn't be
one of the
killing
richest
anybody.
oil countries in Africa? What do you
I'm
mean
sorry.
they don't have the money? Are
What
they
did you
not
say?
one of the richest oil countries in Africa? Maybe the
So
largest,
so
maybe the richest. Are they
so
not? I mean,
there's a.
you talking about, are they third world poor country? Is that what you
I'm
saying?
gonna listen. I'm a guess. I'm a guess. So I'm gonna be kind, but I got to give you this analogy. They say they've always said don't argue with a fool because from a distance you don't know who the idiot is. So I'm trying to, as you said, you're gonna educate Tommy. I'm trying to educate you, right?
Uncle
So
Star, if you're going to try to educate me, one of the smartest men in the universe, then you have to answer my questions directly. If I give you a yes or no
I have
question,
answered your
don't tap
question
dance
directly,
around.
Jimmy.
I don't want to know if the Boy Scouts provide the guns or funding. It doesn't matter who provides. I asked you a direct question whether Christians were killing Muslims, and you tap
I
dance
answered
all the
it.
way
I did not.
around there, and
Tommy,
never
did I
still haven't
answer?
answered the
Did I
question.
not answer?
It's a
I
yes or no
said
question.
Not
the
to
two
Oh,
groups I'm
okay,
aware of in Nigeria
okay.
that are
Are
killing
there
people
large
are
numbers? Let me
Muslim.
restate again, so we have a
I
meeting
said
of
it.
the
That's the
mind.
third time I said it. That's the third time I've said it. You don't have
Are
to
there
repeat
large
it.
number of Christians killing large number of Muslims? Yes or no? Is there a large population of Christians
let him
killing a
let him.
large population of Muslims? Yes
Okay,
or no?
let him finish.
I've just told you the two groups that I'm aware of
Yes or no?
Jimmy,
Yes
Jimmy,
or
Jimmy,
are
no?
Jimmy, let him ask.
Tap dancing
Boko
around it is
Haram
Jimmy,
not
Jimmy,
answering my.
let
and the
Jimmy,
If you're
Fulani
not going to
let
answer
herdsmen.
the
him let
question,
him
let's just move
finish.
on. I mean, really, I mean, I'm trying to learn something here. But if you're not going to answer the question, if you, for whatever reason, you want to spin this, that's not
I'm
teaching
not
me
spinning.
anything. So if you
I'm
want
not
to educate
spinning.
me, just answer the question. That's a yes or no. If you ask me a yes or no, I can give it to you. Are there a large number of Christians killing a large number of Muslims? like being reported that there are a large number of Muslims killing a large number of Christians.
To be perfectly honest, to answer your question, I'll answer your question directly. I do not know. But
Okay,
what I
what's
do
the answer?
know,
I don't know. Why tap dance
but
around it all this time?
I
Wasting
haven't
our
tapped it.
time
I didn't tap
trying
dance,
to tell me who's
Jimmy.
funding these, who providing the weapons, and where
I'm
stuff
not
is
tap
coming from.
dancing. I'm
Why does
not
that
tap
even matter?
dancing.
Huh?
I'm not tap. How did I never tap dance. I told you what I knew.
Man, I hear those taps all the way in Dallas here.
I don't even
You got them
own
on the tip, on the
a hard
heels, on
sole
the
pair of
side of your
shoes.
shoe. You may even have on the boots.
I don't even
Tap
own a
dancing,
hard
man.
sole pair of shoes, brother.
You and Sammy Davis Jr., man, y'all doing y'all tap dance act on Broadway.
Oh,
I hear those
I'm a
taps
Jew
all the way up
now.
in McKinney.
Tell me he called me a Jew.
Well, Sammy Davis, I guess, was Jewish. So, or he practiced Judaism. He's not a Jew. He's an
He
African,
wore
but
the
he's not a
Star
Jew.
David. He was a Jew. He tell you he was a Jew.
Okay. What's our next story, T? We got to
No,
give
no,
Uncle
no,
Star
no, no,
for
no,
you.
no, no. Let's finish this conversation. Then we will go to our
What's
next.
there to finish? What is there to finish?
Bruh, if you let him finish kind of sharing what he had to share, then we can go to the next story.
I lost my place, but yeah. So the reason that Trump wants to come into Nigeria is for strategic reasons. They have oil and gas in abundance. The Sahel states are there. AFRICOM has always been there, but this is just. And then the French have been kicked out, so birds of a feather, and they're in cahoots together. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna set up shop in Nigeria and do what we need to do. So
Okay. So the point is that Trump is looking for an opening to take advantage of a situation. That's what the West does. But the other question I asked earlier was if Trump doesn't, if he doesn't show any concern, he may not care about the Christians there.
Which he
Maybe he
does.
doesn't. It's just an opportunity
Which he
to
does.
take advantage of a situation. But did Biden care about him? Did Obama care about him? Did any U.S. government even pretend to care about anything in Africa? I mean, I know Clinton went over there and drilled a few wells, but he also let 800,000 Rwandans die in a civil war that he could have prevented. So, what president has even pretended to even care about any lives in Africa, let alone Christians, Muslims, or anybody else for that matter?
I think Jimmy, you're right, and that's the point. They don't care.
Okay,
right.
so pretending to care about Christians in Nigeria is maybe a step up and above of what other presidents who didn't give a rat's ass about people dying in
But he
Africa.
doesn't. He doesn't.
Maybe I don't know that. You don't know his heart
You
either.
see,
Okay, so you can only take him
I
at his
don't know.
word. So if
No,
he
I'm not going to take
believes,
him at his word because I'm not going to take him at his word. This is a family show, right? I'm not going
yeah,
to take him at his word because he's a liar.
he
There's
may
another
be
adjective that I wanted to
Uncle
put in there that
Star.
started with
He
an F
may
and
be
ended with a G.
lying. He
He's
may
a
be.
liar.
He may be. I don't know that. I
He
don't know
may
if he's lying
be.
about this, but if he's willing to take
He
action in
had the Bible
Nigeria
upside
over it,
down, Jimmy. He's a philanderer. He's a hoe. He's a thief.
you
He's
know
a
what? That's
racist.
mighty
All of those things.
interesting
So you're going to
that
tell me that
that
he's
that the
concerned about the
opinions.
Christians in Nigeria. He
It's
don't give a
mighty
damn about the
interesting
Christians
that
in
the
Nigeria no
opinion
more.
is
Come
harsher
on, man.
against Trump than all these other presidents who didn't give a rat's ass about
But
anybody in
it
Africa.
doesn't.
Because
We're
there's
not.
no
You're the
concern,
only
no
one.
criticism
You're the
any of
only
them,
one that are
especially
drawing lines
Obama and Biden.
between people. We're not doing that. We're saying they're all the same.
No, you're not saying that, Uncle
Jimmy,
Star. You haven't said
Jimmy,
one
Jimmy,
thing about
I'm
Obama.
Jimmy, wait,
Okay,
wait,
then
wait,
you
say
wait,
it
accuse
wait.
me
now.
of tap
It,
Tell
dancing,
me
but
how
I'm
Jimmy,
telling
Obama
you
thinks
look,
about
look,
Africa.
they're
time
the
out.
same. I'm telling you now, they're the
The,
same.
Tell me how
the point,
I'm telling you
Obama
now, they're the
thinks about
same.
Africa.
I'm
the
not
point,
Just
tap
say
dancing.
it.
I'm telling you.
the point is
Okay.
he is not any different than anybody else.
Except he put the statement out there that you can hold him to. Did Obama ever make a statement
Wait. What statement? What do you mean?
that,
What statement?
that he wants Nigeria to protect the Christian Nigerians?
But he's not. That's not his agenda.
Tom, okay, you say it's not his agenda, but why in the world he even bring it up then if it's not his agenda? That don't make any sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
It
It's just
doesn't
like
make any sense. Your agenda is what you put out publicly
it
as
makes
a
complete
statement for
sense.
people to digest.
It
That's your agenda, what you
Jimmy,
put out there publicly.
Jimmy,
That's what you put out publicly.
Jimmy, you've heard of smoking mirrors, right?
Sleight of hand.
You've heard of smoking
Smoking
mirrors.
mirrors and
Visitation.
sleight of hands are still your agenda. I'm
Jimmy,
just questioning your statements and your use of words. Be
no,
specific.
what the
If you
point
want to
is
say you don't
you
really
heard
care,
Jimmy,
okay, I'm not going to argue with you on that one.
the point
Don't
is
say it's not his
Jimmy,
agenda
the
when
point
he's putting
is
out publicly that this is his agenda. So you can hold him to it. But I'm asking, at least he's saying something where other presidents, Obama, Biden, said absolutely nothing. So if Trump don't care and he's making a statement in defense of Christians in Nigeria,
But he's not.
what about those other
Jimmy, it's called smoking mirrors. That's the
Prestidigitation.
point. It's called smoking mirrors.
with no evidence to back it up? There's basically
No,
just
no
a
evidence to
scene
back what up.
that this is smoking mirrors. He's making a scene on the world stage over Christians in Nigeria, but it's just smoking mirrors.
It's the same way he did in South Africa, talking about the white people being killed. It was BS.
And
And you
they
know
were
what?
saying that they weren't
Guess
He
doing
knew
what?
it.
it. Come on, man.
Hold on. And when the South African leaders came here, did he not bring it up with them? It wasn't just BS. He
And
brought
he
it
got
up.
roasted when he went home because he knew the truth. And since he's been back home, he's been talking trash about what happened. So he was not prepared when he came here. He was prepared to offer Trump to play golf or build a golf course or some nonsense. But when he went back home, they tore him a new one.
Prepared is his problem. What's it got to see? Once again,
He-
all this criticism, and once again, when you have a Democrat president who don't give a shit about
Look, man,
Africa,
with
or even black
nobody,
people, there's absolutely no criticism whatsoever about what they do. None.
nobody's
But
pointing
Trump,
of nobody's
Trump gotta have the
singling,
Jewish card
nobody's
and
singling,
gotta go bend
nobody's
over backwards. At least he's saying something. Okay, maybe he don't care about the South Africans, maybe he don't care about the Christians in Nigeria, but at least he's giving it world attention by him bringing it up. And Thomas says not his agenda. Well, it is his agenda if he brings it up publicly.
But
So
Jimmy, they're funding it. They're funding the whole damn thing. You're gonna go do something and then point the finger at somebody else, but you're funding it. You're taking the guns and the ammunition in there. You're sending the drones. You're
Didn't
training the
Thomas-
people. You're
didn't
sending the
Thomas Hart-
vehicles and stuff.
Hold
And then
on.
you're gonna go and say, "Oh, I'm concerned
Then
about the
Thomas
Christians." No, you're
started his
not.
segment off
No,
by
you're not.
saying Trump was threatening to cut the funding. So
Correct.
at least if he is funding it, at least he's threatening to cut the funds,
The United
which is
States.
funding the. And now
It's
he's still
all
being
nonsense. Do
criticized.
you not see that?
Okay, but do you not see that he's at least threatening to cut the funding? So maybe he's accepting
Good.
your
Cut the
plan.
funding. We don't want you there. Get out. Take it.
Obviously, the Nigerians want him there and want the money.
No, they do not. The
Yeah,
ones
no,
who have been
give the money
brainwashed.
back. Uncle Saul, this is an easy solution.
I'm
Get
not
back
in
with
control of the
food.
money. I would give
Get
it
the
back.
check back. You don't have
I would
to
send
take
it
the
back.
money.
I
You
would
don't have
send
to
it
take the
back.
money. Send it back.
I would send it back. I
You
wouldn't
would.
accept it. I wouldn't allow it to even come in.
Back. How much have they sent back so far? If you say they don't want us there, they don't want our money, how much have they sent back? Give me a dollar number. How much? How much of any African country who don't want America in their business, how much of the money have they sent back?
Okay,
Give me a
okay.
dollar figure.
If you would give me the floor for just a
I'm
second.
giving you the floor. I ask you a question. Simple question.
Jimmy, without interrupting, just let him.
He's not going to answer the question. Tom, that's why
So,
I'm
you
here.
know, I'm gonna ask the question.
Jimmy, that's not the point. The point is allow him to finish without interrupting. Is the point? Allow him to finish without
So
interrupting.
we've all seen the mob movies, right? And there's a certain phrase in the mob movies that goes, "An offer you can't refuse." So that means we all know what it means. I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to pay you to do it. And if you don't do it, then I'm going to murder your ass. It's as simple as that. That's not just in the movies. We know that's real. And that goes on with many of the African leaders, which goes into the next story about the old ones that are in power. They're puppets. It's like you're going to do this, and you're going to do it because I'm going to pay you to do it. And you can't say no. It's an offer you can't refuse. So sure, we have some who are greedy and treacherous, and they sell our people out and that kind of thing. But there are still some who are caught in a position. So let's look at Tinubu with Nigeria. Allegedly, he's a drug trafficker, but the evidence is there. He left Nigeria. He doesn't. When you're in Nigeria and you have a CV, a curriculum to take, what we call a resume, you have where you went to primary school, you have where you went to secondary school, you have whether you're married, how many children. This is on a resume. All of this stuff. He has none of that information. All we know is he ended up from Nigeria to the U.S. in an entry-level job at like an accounting firm or something. And he was making six figures. And this was back in the 70s, right? How the hell, he was making more than the CEO. He was living in a house of a known drug trafficker. They shared bank accounts. They took him to court, and all of a sudden, it disappeared. All this is alleged now. All of this is alleged. He ends up back in Nigeria. He becomes the governor of Lagos State. Then he becomes president. And the first thing he does as president, well, one of the first two things he does is buy $100 million jet, private jet. The next first thing
All I said is
the first
tap
thing he
dancing
does
is
is he
tap.
got rid of all the fuel subsidy. I
Uncle
met the
Sean,
man. I have shook
would
the
you do
man's
me,
hand.
you know,
I
I
know what
love you
he's
as a
talking
brother,
about.
man, but could you do me one favor? If I ask you a question, can you just give me a simple answer? I'm a simple person. I asked you for $1. How much
But
money do you think?
because you're a
The
simple
answer
person
is
doesn't mean the
none of
answer is
the,
simple,
okay,
Jimmy.
then just
That's
say
the problem.
none of the money's been sent back. That's the answer. None of the money's been sent back. All this tap dancing about all this other stuff is not what even I asked you. We know how it
You
works
don't you
now.
don't you don't you don't you don't want to know. You don't want to know the truth.
No, we know they skim the money off. They don't do anything for the
And
people
I
that
didn't
get
say anything
sent there.
about skimming any money. I said instilling puppets.
Okay,
It's a whole
we know
different
that already.
concept.
We know a lot of the governments are puppet leaders. We
So what
know
are
that.
you
You're not
asking me
telling us
about sending
anything
the
you
money
don't
back for?
know.
You know that a puppet is going to take the money and keep it.
Okay,
Why
we
would a
already
puppet
know that.
send
So
it
why are you
back?
repeating what we already know? I asked you how much
Why
money
are you
you.
asking
You
what we
said if it
already
was
know?
you would send the money back. So I asked you a simple question: how much money? How many people like you that have sent the money back? The answer is none. There are no people like you who go to
Okay,
church
so
in
now,
Minneapolis who
what do
send the
you do
money
with that
back.
information, Jim? What do you do
Well,
with
that's
that?
it.
What we do,
That's the
Jimmy,
You
answer.
have not
Jimmy, hold on.
gained anything with that because we already know that.
I
What
didn't
have you
know it.
gained from that?
You making it seem like the African people don't want them there. They don't want the money. Okay, fine. They don't want the money. Send it back. But obviously they love
Actually,
going to the
actually,
money,
He
but
didn't.
they
Jimmy,
don't send the
He
money
interestingly
don't. He
enough,
back.
don't want. He don't want to hear. He don't want to
there
hear.
are some countries in West Africa, mind you, who are actually rejecting the money now.
They're rejecting new money. The
Yeah,
money that they
yeah,
receive.
you can't do anything about what's already been done when you
Sure,
get there and you reject it.
if you're
You know,
giving me money and I don't like
Jimmy,
the
wait a minute.
process
Like,
or
okay,
like the
okay,
agenda,
let's
I
say
can always
if
give the money
someone,
back to you, Tom. But if we're gonna, if I'm gonna say, well, I can overlook what happened in the past. I'm not gonna take any future money. Okay, fine, I understand that. But don't say you can't give the money back that you've already received. Sure, you can. But nobody, no
is the
leader in
United
Africa.
States or France or Spain going to give any of the money and the wealth that they've stolen from Africa? No.
That's right. Any reparations? Have we been offered any reparations?
Not
We've been
even
asking for
not
it.
even talking about reparations. Are they going to take? Are they going to take anything back that they've stolen from Africa?
So two wrongs make a
So,
right to you.
No, no,
no, no,
stop
no, no.
tap
But that's the
dancing.
point.
Stop tap dancing.
I'm
Answer the
not
But
tap
that's
question.
the point.
dancing.
You tap dancing. Answer the question.
The
Are they going to
West,
give any of
you
the
know
money
what,
back?
Uncle Sean?
No,
I don't know how
no,
much you
no,
watch
no.
this show,
Is Europe?
but we've been
Is
very
any country
critical.
in Europe or
We've
America
been
going to give
very
any
critical
money
about
back that
Are they
Western
they've
going to
stolen?
give
powers.
any of the money back?
Hold on, now it's my
Is
turn.
Jimmy, no,
to speak.
no,
I'll
no,
let
no.
you
We're not
speak.
holding on. Answer
Hold
the
on, I'll let
question.
you
I'm
speak.
a
Give me a
simple
chance
yes
to
man.
or
speak.
no?
I'm a
I
simple
gave you
man.
a
I want
chance
a
to speak,
simple
so let me
answer.
speak.
Answer the question. Are
Western
any of the
powers
Western
have
powers
raped
going to give
Africa.
any of
We've
the
said
money
that
back?
many times.
Are they going
I've
to give
said
any of
that.
the money back, Jimmy?
I'm,
Are
I'm,
they going
I'm,
to give the
I'm
money back?
answering your
Any of
question.
them?
No, they're not
No,
going to
no.
give it
It's a
back.
yes or
See,
no. It's
unlike
a yes
you,
or
I can
no.
answer the
Are
question.
they going to?
No, they're
No,
not going to
no,
give it back.
no,
Okay,
No.
no,
that's all we're trying
We
to say.
no.
talk. Hold on.
So
We talked about the wealth that
don't
they. Hold
expect
on,
them
Tommy.
to. And Europe is
Can I finish? I got two against one now. So y'all got to at least give me a third of the time to speak.
okay. There you go.
No Western powers
No,
are not going to
Jimmy.
give any of the wealth back they raised from Africa.
Okay.
So we've said that on this show. I've said
Right.
that. So
Right.
I can answer simple questions because I'm transparent. You the ones can't answer simple questions. No, the West is not going to give any of it back.
And neither
No,
is
the
Africa.
African nations are not going to give any of it back.
And neither is
Period.
Africa.
That's the answer.
And neither is Africa.
Look how
But the
simple
point.
that is when you
But the
answer
point.
simple questions. When you're doing all that tap dancing, can you hear that tap? I can hear it all the way here in McKinney.
And
Both
we can hear it too.
without the answer. I don't know why you can't answer simple questions.
I
Simple
did.
questions.
I answered a
Simple
simple question.
questions.
You can't.
I did. I told you the Western powers are not going to give. We
Okay.
talked about the artwork,
That's
the
all we're saying.
treasures that have been raped out of Africa, that put in
That's
museums.
all. Yeah, that's all we asked was were the Western
They're
powers
not
going
going
to
to give
give
any
any?
of it
Are
back.
they
We
going to
know
give any
that.
of the land
We
back?
mentioned that on this show, Uncle Saw many
No.
times. We've already said this many times. I said this. That all the wealth that's been raped out of Africa is not coming back. They have to beg and ask for artifacts to come back just to borrow so people can see when they used to own it. It's not coming back to you. Period. Yes, that's a simple question, simple answer. Learn that process, and maybe we can have some dialogue and learn something when you and Tommy stop tap dancing around every answer that you don't want to answer. Even if you don't like the answer, go ahead and give it. Be honest. Stop being dishonest. This is the level of dishonesty.
Dishonest.
Let me know when you finish, Jimmy.
Yeah, this is a level of dishonesty.
No,
You
no,
can't
Jimmy.
answer
Let me
simple
know when
questions.
you are finished.
I'm finished. Go ahead.
Because you're the simple man who has such short answers. I can
Simple
ask you to
answer. I
finish.
said yes. The money's not coming back to the
Okay,
West.
because
Not coming back
that was
to
about
Africa.
that was about 7 minutes worth of simple answer.
Yeah. You gotta
A
make sure
simple
you guys
answer.
understand it.
That
How
was
this works.
it should not take 7 minutes to make us give a simple answer.
You tap dance for 7 minutes. You don't mind. So why
I
not
don't tap dance for 7
7 minutes for a
minutes.
simple answer?
I don't tap dance for 7 minutes, Jimmy. My answers are very
I
short.
don't have the stamina
What's
to
our next
tap
one?
dance for 7 minutes.
Tap, man.
All right, let's go to the next.
You
Let's
gotta
go
put
to the
your
next
hands
story.
out,
Let's go to the next story. 10
You
minutes
got
ago,
on the
I think.
shoes and the boots.
Let's
You
go
got
to the
on
next
your hands,
story.
elbows, the kneecap. Come on, man. You and
Not
Tom
the
are tapping
elbows.
all over the place. What's our next subject, Tom?
All right, next story. And I think we've actually already addressed some of the next story, talking about how 80 and 90-year-old African leaders can continue to rule in countries and get elected when the average age in the continent. Jimmy, can I finish?
Yes, go ahead. Well, it's already been
What's the
answered.
issue?
African answers, just like in
What's
court.
the issue? Can he
If
get
you
the
in
issue
court,
out?
I would say objection, Your Honor. It's
Can
been
I get the
asked and answered.
storyline out?
Huh?
Can I get the storyline out before being interrupted?
It's been asked and answered, Tom. Well, go ahead. Put the storyline out there. 80, 90-year-old leaders who are puppets, like Uncle Sarge said, and then you want to tell us that they're puppets. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Keep Uncle Assad's name out your mouth.
Bam! Now keep my name out of your mouth. Okay, I've been slapped, man.
There you go.
Will Smith slap, pimp slap, powder and everything.
The slap.
Bam!
And you see, you ain't heard nothing from Will Smith since either.
We always
You ain't,
got the powder and everything. Bam!
you ain't heard
Keep
nothing
my
from Will
name out of
Smith
your
since.
mouth.
You ain't heard nothing from Will Smith. that dude became a ghost. And he tried to put something else out there. Will Smith became a ghost, bro.
What movie do you know where you play a slave and all the black people rooting that you get caught?
Yeah, that's really bad, isn't it? I can't say poor Will because he's a multi-millionaire, but hey, man, he had to do something to defend his wife. Now, come on. She gets
Bro,
evil eyes.
you know what? There are different ways you can handle that, but going out there and basically destroying the rest of your career for the next however many years, there's a different way to do it.
Tom, his career was already on shaky ground.
No, dude, he was an A-lister.
Your wife brings you on to interview you, and she's telling about relations.
Well, that's between the two of them.
Another man on TV for millions of people to watch.
Look,
tell me
that was between all of us because she told it.
Well, this is true. That was between the two of them. I mean, hey, that's his wife. He married her.
She's gonna talk to you at home at the kitchen table. She put it out there on the internet, social media for everybody to see.
Hey, that's his problem. That's his problem. That's his
Somehow
problem.
you think his reputation and career is gonna survive that?
Bro.
It wasn't slap. The slap probably did more to help him out.
No, it hasn't.
About him.
We ain't seen Will Smith since then. He was sitting up there begging, crying, and all this other kind of stuff. We ain't seen that bro since then. Will Smith, they got a real light. We can barely see him.
Real life.
Well, that's what happened.
He ain't got a real light. We can barely see Will Smith now.
Well, that's what happens when there's no daddies in the home, Tom. That particularly happens.
I thought he was supposed to be the daddy. He was the daddy.
Tom, have you seen his kids? What daddy? You don't have no daddy in the house.
That was a good punch, Jimmy. That was a good punch.
Tom, come on now.
That was a good punch.
Have you not seen his supposedly son?
No.
Jimmy, he's a father in the home.
I don't keep up with people's social and personal life, man. I ain't seen his son. I ain't looking for his son. And bro, you can't
know any better, Tom.
Jimmy, you can't.
Got collected some semen from Tupac and kept it. That may need to be Will Smith kid.
Okay. Now, Jimmy, if you trying to say that, you trying to say Magic is a powder puff too? Because I wasn't even looking for Magic, son, and I saw. So I mean, you can't say that Will Smith and Magic Johnson are the same.
Dwayne Wade, one of Wade's brothers. Why you put me on the spot like this, Tom?
No, I didn't. You're saying that. You're saying.
Listen. I got a question.
Go ahead.
What about the theme music? I thought there was a contest for the show for the theme music. What happened?
Count Basie.
No, you said people were telling that they like it or whatever, and nothing ever happened. We still got the same. I'm not a fan of the music. I thought it was going to change. I'm just saying.
We are open to recommendations for 2026. If you guys have anything, y'all got to be harsh now. So I'm gonna have to set up now. And I still want to talk about them sorry ass Cowboys. And
Oh,
y'all
okay.
enjoy y'all going away.
We do got a little time to talking about your great Cowboys that you said were going to the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year.
I
So
never said that this year. No way.
you said how
I
great the
said I
offense
was not
was,
going to get excited about the Cowboys this year
and
until they show
I've
me
been trying to
something.
tell you the
And
last
they
3
showed me
years.
everything they could show me. And
As
so I'm
long as
still not
Jerry,
excited.
okay, we can transition to sports. Now we got the Cowboys.
And
Of
the
course,
Aggies.
they I don't know what you call it. Even a good college try this
How
week.
about those Aggies? Let's talk about those Aggies.
And then we got the
That's right.
trade. We'll talk about the Cowboys since we need to talk about them for a few minutes.
Hey, who's the coach of the A&M Aggies now?
Mike
You know, the
Elko,
other guy off?
Mike Elko.
Yeah, we may need to hire him for a coach because he may know something, a little bit something about developing talent and football.
Now
Them
wait a
Cowboy
minute.
coaches don't seem to know to have a
Minute.
clue.
What about your coach? You said that Schottenheimer was a good coach.
I said I was going to give him a chance to see, and I've seen.
You,
What
I mean,
else is there to
we
see?
were talking about preseason, man. You were talking about
No, what I said, Tom,
that offense was.
was those who follow the Cowboys were saying good things about it. I said I was going to wait and see. I've seen.
Oh, you said you were going to wait and see, Jimmy. Are you sure?
I've seen, Tom. I've seen enough. I
No,
don't,
I'm
I
not
don't
talking
need to see
about now.
anything else. I've already seen enough.
I'm talking about before the season started when you were telling me how great that offense was and that they were going to do it this year.
Tom, I hadn't even seen the offense. I didn't watch any of the preseason games. I
You
was
were
going
telling
over.
me
I
how
was saying
dynamic the offense was and and you were saying how great people were saying the offense
that
was.
was just a temporary hire for one game.
Oh, one game. Okay, that was the
But I've
preseason.
seen now enough of what I need to see to make this statement. I've said it before and I say it again. If there's any way we can go round up the entire staff of Ohio State, water boy, towel boy, uh, equipment manager, coach, assistant, all of them, and bring them into Dallas and fire everybody that we have, I would do it in a heartbeat. Because surely A&M coach, Ohio State coach, hell, who's number three? Indiana, fake number three. I don't even take their coach over him.
Indiana, Indiana is number two. Indiana's number
Number
two.
two. A&M
Who's
number
number
three.
two?
Let me do this. Indiana's number two. Let me do this before we do this. I do not want to because we had nobody on the chat line at the beginning of the show, but we do now. So let me at
Yeah,
least
let's look
acknowledge
it
our
up,
people
everybody,
chat
real
line.
quick.
We got brother Gregory Harrington who's been on the show multiple times. Want to give a shout out to brother Greg and see how he's doing. He's in the Austin area too. We got Miss Tanya. She is on the chat line. I want to thank Miss Tanya for joining. We got cousin Audrey K on the chat. Oh, Celia Reese. We got Miss Celia on the chat line as well. Miss Marion Square, who is on the chat line as well. And Miss Tanya's having a real good time. You've been telling plenty of jokes, Uncle Asar, from Miss Tanya. She just laughing upside down.
No, she's entertained by all that tap dancing y'all doing. She
Oh,
wants
you got oh, you
y'all,
got dancing
y'all
on.
duet or what? Y'all doing individual acts as a duet? Huh?
Okay.
Are we
I got you.
re-invoking the spirit of Sammy Davis or
Well, I
what?
think she was tapped in. She was laughing because she was saying your simple answer was 7 minutes long. That's why she was.
Well, Tanya, when you're dealing with simple minds, sweetie, that's what happens.
Well, hey, you know
Oh,
what?
I'm a
Better-
simple person. I
shots
have a simple
fired.
mind,
Shots
but
fired.
when you're more simple than me, this is the extreme you got to go through
well,
because they want to talk over you. They don't want you to get the answer out. And I asked for 7 minutes,
talk over
a simple
Jimmy.
question, yes or no, and I got 20 minutes of
Jimmy,
tap
Jimmy.
dance.
Did you say talk over somebody?
Yes, I did.
And you were referring to who? You were referring to who talking over who?
Tom, you know, I'm the prequel and the sequel, but I have no equals.
Oh, now he a rapper.
All right, so let's talk briefly about the Cowboys, and then we will talk.
There's nothing to okay.
So
This is just like the 80, 90-year-old leaders in Africa. There's nothing to talk about.
there is
These guys
nothing
are
to
so
talk
damn
about. So
pitiful. They
what you're
can't
saying
stop
is
a pass.
so just to make sure we're on record, you are done for the season with the Cowboys.
I am. You know what? I didn't even finish watching the game. I was chatting with my
But I
brother.
will say this:
In the third quarter, I told him I'm done, and then I
they
turned to
made
the Hallmark.
hey Jimmy, they made Jacoby Brissett look pretty damn good. They make him look like damn all pro,
Good
man.
time. They make every backup quarterback look good. What
Yeah.
backup quarterback has not looked good against? You know what? Even the quarterback for the Panthers, he looked all
Bryce Young was balling on the
he was
Cowboys.
balling. But then what happened the next week? Bryce Young went back to looking like Bryce Young of early.
It is. It is.
Everybody looks good against the
And
Cowboys.
Marvin Harrison Jr., God bless him, he had his second best outing this season against the Cowboys. Marvin Harrison, they were talking about what's wrong with Marvin Harrison Jr. Boy, he looked like.
Thank you. Until what? You can't double team one guy who's a wrecking ball against. He's the only one doing something. Make somebody else catch a pass and do something. And you tell me you're a coach all these years
Okay,
you know football.
so
You don't know enough to double team one guy.
and
You
you have
can't
no
double
hope.
team one guy.
What about the trade that your boy Jerry was talking about? The trade that he was talking so cute about, Quentin
No.
Williams from the
We got a
Jets.
defensive tackle. I believe this year he had one sack.
You were saying that they needed interior help to stop
Okay,
the
but
run.
we had guys on this team who have one sack. You didn't have to go trade for a guy with one sack. We'll see if he's able to stop the run and plug up the middle. If he does, I guess it'll be worth it. But if teams are still running all over us, then once again it's going to prove to be a worthless trade. Jerry did this so Jerry can get the headlines. Let's be honest.
Well,
Jerry
of
hogged all the
course,
air out of the trade
of
deadline.
course.
He sucked all the air out of it, all the oxygen, and that's how Jerry wants it. So whether this produces anything for the Cowboys or not, Jerry got what he wanted, which is the air in the press. Everybody was talking about Jerry and these damn secret trades. What's it to keep secret? Why don't you just tell us who you're trading for? What's the big secret?
Well, if we can say this, Jerry is definitely a showman, if nothing else. Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey.
I have not been a Cowboys fan since they got rid of Tom Landry. What was that? 80, 85, 86, something like that.
Yeah.
And I had growing up, I had the Cowboys jersey, I had the Cowboys tracksuit, I even had a Cowboys ring, Cowboys cap, I had the pennant, I had Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders posters, I had Tony Dorsett on my wall, all of that. And when they got rid of Tom Landry, I was like, I'm done.
How about
Was it the way that they got rid of him or that they got rid of him?
All of that.
92, 93, 95, we won Super Bowl. You weren't fans?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right, well, at least you're honest about it. Now, you see how that works? Ask you a simple question, you give me a simple answer, and we move on. You didn't tap dance that time.
All right,
You see how that works?
let's go to college. Let's go to college.
What's college? What's going on?
The college
How
football
about
playoffs.
my Alabama Crimson Tide? Crimson Tide.
All right, folks, this is what we got. Alabama's number 4. You got Ohio State number 1, University of Indiana number 2, Texas A&M number 3, and Alabama's number 4. But here are
the first round bye?
Well, this isn't the playoff. This, if it were to happen today, this is what it would look like. If it were to happen today, this is what it would look like. But obviously,
I don't see Colorado. I don't see the prime time. I don't see that.
No, prime is done. Colorado is done.
How did Brigham Young get in there and they ain't played anybody?
Say what now?
How did Brigham Young get in there and they haven't played anybody?
It's soft schedule. I mean, and they don't play in the SEC. They don't play in the Big 12.
They play that Big Sky or Big Country, Big Mountain.
Actually, Texas Tech and Brigham Young are in the top 10 right now, and that's because they haven't lost any games. Well, Tech actually has lost a game. Tech has lost a game.
So, you're playing the trip to St. Mary every week. You should go. Now, those are teams that you should say should win the games that they won.
I would agree.
Yeah, you are on A&M, then you are on Texas Tech.
Say, well, yes, I am, because I have high expectations. When you look at the resource, when you look at, and especially the schedule this year, I mean, they played Notre Dame, and they played Notre Dame. LSU ain't nowhere compared to where they've been the last couple of years. It's just like
they're falling off, man.
Yeah.
But they're not what they used to be.
LSU ain't doing nothing this year. LSU is falling apart. Matter of fact, we got their coach fired. Now that's saying
right.
Something. We got their coach fired. And
the next day.
The next day.
And imagine if the owner, president, general manager of the Cowboys would do the same. When a coach don't perform, his team don't perform. When the team totally gives up on what you're doing and trying to do, somebody needs to be fired.
Yeah.
How you give people promotions and pay raises on a team that's 3-5-1?
That's Jerry.
That's Jerry.
Tom Landry wouldn't have done that.
Who?
Tom Landry, Tex Schramm, they wouldn't have done that.
Well, no, that was a different generation. That was a different breed. So, but Neither would Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson will, if you
It would be
underperform,
you cussing all over the place with Jimmy. So
Jimmy
Uncle
Johnson.
Star, here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm gonna make it up to you. I'm gonna give you absolutely the last 5 minutes of our show to say and talk about whatever you want to, with no interruption from me or Tommy D. Duncan III, your fellow tap dancer. You got it. Go ahead. Take the show. It's in your hands.
So I guess we like the Nicholas brothers or something. We did tap dancing in
I didn't
tandem.
think about that, but you're right. That's that. Okay. Zipping
Or
it.
the Hines brothers. The Hines brothers.
Other Hines
No,
The
brothers.
question,
I don't have an agenda, Jimmy. I came here
It doesn't
to,
matter. Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
I don't have anything on my mind,
bro,
man. I want
we ain't got to fill space just to fill space. We're here to, talk what we're here to talk about.
let's go to the chat. Any questions in the chat?
No, there are no chat. There are no
No
questions in the
particular
chat
question.
right now.
Uncle Star, you are a fascinating person. I don't say that about many people now. Don't prove me to be an outlier. Don't make me into a liar. Now. Come on.
And don't let him pull your chain either.
We
Okay,
got we got five
he
minutes,
will try to
five
pull your
entire
chain.
minutes for you to
I
run our
No,
show. You can ask
don't
I
let him
questions.
rarely
You can
leave
talk about
home.
whatever you
I
want to talk
rarely leave
about.
home.
because
5 minutes. Go
because
ahead.
we usually run
You're the
over because
host.
somebody can't stop talking, but we can actually go under by a
Tom,
couple of
you
minutes
said
now.
it, man. Give him this 5 minutes. Go ahead.
I'm
You in
good,
charge,
man.
Uncle Star.
Hey,
Talk
look,
about whatever you want to talk about.
I appreciate the opportunity to come on Black Men Speak. As Tommy knows, I watch every week,
Religiously, and we appreciate you,
religiously.
brother.
Even
We
when I'm
appreciate you.
out, I was out exercising one night. I was walking. I got out late, and I had my headphones on, listening to the show. But I appreciate you, brothers. I appreciate your subscribers, your support system, all the people who listen in the chat and all that kind of thing. And so, yeah, I'm just happy to be here because I've known Tommy, Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy knows this. He probably forgot, but I met Tommy on the football field. We were
Yes,
both out there
Yeah, I
together,
know that.
and
yeah,
yeah, I ended up getting
the 12
injured.
man.
Yeah, and
Y'all
he went
played.
on to
You went to A&M or y'all playing against each other?
No, we both went to A&M,
Okay.
except I don't wear
yeah.
my ring no more.
So, yeah, that's another story. But
Yeah,
You two, Tom, what happened?
bruh, I told you about that.
The
Yeah,
party,
I told you
the
about that a couple of
president.
years ago.
he,
She lost
he
her
looking for a
job.
short answer, Tommy. Don't tap dance. He looking for a short answer.
No, Tommy used to wear his ring. I remember.
A&M, when A&M truly, not that I didn't know, but when A&M showed their true colors publicly, I was like, what's the ring worth to me?
But they had already showed their true colors.
No, publicly in an embarrassing way, no.
They have always. Well, you're from that. Well, I'm from Bryan College Station.
I know.
A&M has never had a good reputation
Oh, I
with the
know that.
local community.
Oh, I know that. I know
So
that.
it wasn't necessarily a surprise to me.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's not that I
who
was.
they are.
It's not that I was surprised,
Mhm.
but I'm like, how low can you go?
Right. But they had
They
it,
gotta show
do you
you that
remember?
they can
Do you
show you.
remember? Well, I ain't gonna call the brother. I ain't gonna put him out there. But there was a situation where in the school newspaper called the Battalion, where somebody wrote in and said that the whites in South Africa, the whites in America could learn something from the whites in South Africa how they treat black people. And we had a classmate who rebutted that. And I always remember that. I even have that paper. When my mother passed, I went through her things and my stuff that I had stored at her home. And that article was still there, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's deep." But that I give A&M credit, if you can give a predominantly white institution credit for awakening my black consciousness, because
Yeah,
all of those types of things.
you published the article.
It was in the school newspaper. Yeah, they published it, and through incidents like that, that's what brought to the fore of my development, my socio-political and histocultural development at a predominantly white university. So I can't
Well,
hate
I
on
don't
them
know
so
if you
much.
saw the ladies' chat, but Uncle Sorry got a fan out there.
Yeah,
Who is that?
it was great having Uncle Assar on the show. That's Miss Tanya.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Tanya. Hey, Miss Tanya.
Jimmy, just as a refresher, it was the Kathleen McElroy situation, who was running the University of Texas School of Journalism. A&M actually hired her, gave her a contract,
I remember,
and then of course the phone calls and stuff like that.
they
And I was
rescinded the
like,
contract.
okay,
Yes.
exactly. And there are principles that A&M espouses to, and I'm like, what's the point if you don't espouse to what you say? So,
I actually met her on the campus of UT when I was working there.
Oh
She
wow.
came by one day. Yeah, ran into us. Hey, Dr.
Sharp,
Milroy.
Sharp's sister running one of the biggest journalism departments in the country, but obviously wasn't good enough for A&M, even though she was a former student and an
Well,
ag.
I hope they paid her at least. 'Cause she did a
Not enough. A million
job.
to go away. Not enough. Not enough. A 1 million. That's it. So
Ain't nothing to sneeze at, though. The meal, that's a nice little chunk of change. So,
I know, but given what she's worth, I was hoping she would have held that award and made it a little bit more difficult. But class. So she's like, all right, I'm not gonna make a big stink out of it.
But
hey,
she
and
came
then
back to UT.
y'all can offer me a
She went back
position,
to
and
UT.
take it away, and give me the $1 million also. I'll take it. Gladly.
Oh, you're not gonna give it back, Jimmy? You're not gonna give it back?
No, because if they're gonna give it to me, I'm taking it. I'm not giving it back. Just like the West and just like Africa. Nobody gives
Just
money
like the
back, Tom.
just like the
Nobody
imperialists.
gives money back.
The
So if
All
murderous
right.
they want to offer me
imperialists,
a
he gonna
job
get the money
and
back.
then take it away, and then offer me $1 million to go away, fine.
Gotcha.
I'm available for you.
All right. Well, our 5 minutes have now been expunged, and we are at the top of the hour. So we want to thank
I'm gonna tell you,
everybody.
you gotta come back, man. It's a lot of fun having you on here, man. We had a good
Hey,
time
y'all
tonight.
family, man.
Absolutely.
Because normally Tom is not very entertaining when he's tap dancing by himself. So he has a partner. Yeah, you're right. Those Hine brothers, man. When he has a partner helping him out, yeah, it's very entertaining, man. So you got to come back, man.
Well,
It's
Jim,
fun.
I
The
mean,
most fun
well,
we've
Uncle,
had
what he
in years.
didn't tell you is part of that entertainment is actually being able to finish what you say, which, as you can tell, is kind of hard to do. So,
And
it's
if,
one of
and
those.
if we're gonna be the Nicholas brothers, I'm the one that married Dorothy Dandridge.
Oh, okay. There you go. But yeah, this has
I
been
think
a
he was
lot
the
of
shorter
fun, man.
one.
I enjoyed tonight.
All right. Everyone have a good evening. We thank you for joining us this evening. Of course, set your calendars for next week. And we want to thank, of course, our good friend and brother, Uncle Asar, for showing us tonight and bringing the funk. And we will see you next Wednesday night because, of course, if it's Wednesday night,
This black man speak.
good night, everyone.